Okay, so you take your 2B pencil and you can start practicing going from the top. Okay, press hard, and as you go down slowly, release your strength. You can see that the marks get lighter and lighter, and finally just release. Okay, you can check whether you've done it properly. If not, then maybe you can go and do a touch up. So for example, here I'm doing the middle part. So let's do another one. Slowly. Make sure you are not rushing, because when you rush, chances are that you will not be smooth. You'll leave white marks in between, and that's not what we want. Okay, so practice doing this. Okay, so this is the right way to do it. Now let me show you what's the negative way of doing it. See, I'm going down very fast. Okay, I'm not varying my strength. You see white lines in between. You see that the tones are not smooth, so that's not good. Okay, right now we are doing the value scale. Okay, the first box, take your darkest pencil and just color evenly. Okay, so that's box number 1. Box number 2, you use the same pencil, but just vary your strength. Okay, lightly. Okay, when you go to box number 3 later on, change to your 2B pencil. Okay, and control your strength again. Okay, notice that I'm holding my pencil further and further away from the tip. This allows me to have more control over the strength, the pressure I apply. So it allows me to actually do even lighter tones. Okay, see now I'm actually going back to adjust some of the tones. So you have to eyeball whether they are close enough or not close enough. Okay, the last one, the box number 4. Okay, very light. Okay, now we're going to do a circle. So how do you draw a circle? We start by drawing a cross. Okay, 10 cm vertical and horizontal. And what you see here is I'm actually drawing a quarter circle. Okay, I'm a right-hander, so this is my natural position, and that is the wrong way of doing it. Okay, the second line that I drew, what is wrong with this line? It is not curved enough. So a lot of beginners will have that problem. Okay, once you finish the first one, just turn your book and see I'm doing the same exact curve. Okay, so I don't have to change my position of my hand. And just keep on doing the next quarter circle until you finish the whole circle. Okay, after you finish the whole circle, take a look at your circle and see which part is too curved and needs to be touched up, and just adjust accordingly. Okay, once you're happy with it, then you're done with your circle, and then you can erase the cross marks. Okay, so see, I'm actually touching up the circle. Okay, so there's my circle. Next, I want you to draw a line slightly below the halfway line. This is to indicate the tabletop. Okay, and then you just erase the cross marks. Okay, the next line we're going to draw is very important. It's called the area that we just saw, the reflected light. Okay, this line here is inside the circle. It's inside the circle. It's not outside the circle. And I just want you to draw this line so that you don't touch this area later on. We are going to do this last. Okay, next we're going to start shading. But before we start shading, the light source we have to indicate is coming from the top right. So the parts of the sphere that is closest towards the light source will be the brightest. Okay. At this point, I made a mistake. The numbering should be the other way around. So the part that is nearest to the light source should be 5 instead. So make sure you understand. Okay, now I'm going to start shading from the tabletop. Okay, see, I'm adding dark lines. Okay, what you do is you just mark out the area where the shadow is. Refer to your worksheet. Okay, mark out the area where the shadow is, and start to practice what you did at the beginning when you practice the shading from dark to light. You see, this is the same thing that you did, dark to light, okay? And you notice I can't cover the whole area. I can't cover the whole surface area, so I do it bit by bit, okay? So you can do the same thing. Once you finish one area, you move on to the next area to cover. Okay, one thing that students usually made a mistake is when you start shading, the darkest part of the shading, you really got to press hard so that you got a nice dark tone like that. A lot of students don't dare to use their strength to press hard, and that's wrong. Okay, the reason why we want that is because we want to get as dark as possible for the areas that's supposed to be dark, so that later on we can see a good contrast. Okay, I'm almost done. See, okay, I just corrected the numbering. So same thing for the table. For the sphere itself, as you can see, I'm trying to cover the first area, the dark areas. Okay, this is the second darkest part of the sphere. Okay, I've fast forwarded this. So this is almost done. Okay, look at the values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 is on the sphere. Okay, so just finish it, do a touch up. Okay, notice that I did not touch the area where we left out for the reflected light. So the bottom of the sphere is still white. Okay, we're going to do that later. That is the most important thing, and that is what actually makes the sphere look realistic. Because if you don't have the reflected light, it looks like as if the sphere will be stuck onto the table. Okay, notice I'm using my kneadable eraser. It's like a blue tag. So you use the kneadable eraser to take out pencil marking so that it doesn't look too artificial. Okay, you make sure there's no lines in between your shading. Okay, right now I'm doing my reflected light. How do I do this? Okay, simple. It's the same, dark to light from the edge, but with a short distance. So dark to light, dark to light, dark to light. And then you just try to make sure that the white part is not too white. It's not 100% white. Okay, as you can still see a glimpse of value 4. And now I'm just darkening my number 1, okay, so that there's a good contrast. And there you have it.